Hey, yo, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is your host, Most the Great, Daily $8 Short News, live and direct where we ride for respect, man. Go ahead and smash that like, to share, to subscribe, all that old good stuff so you be tuned in to the latest and the greatest. Hit the notification bell so you be notified every time this Daily $8 Short News vlog drops, and you can tap in and tell a friend, yes, we are back. We are back in, and I took a couple of days off, man. But you know I couldn't stay away from the content. And on today's topic, we are talking about the migrant crisis. Yeah, that's right. We are discussing. We're going to go into a deep dive into this rabbit hole that we call the migrant crisis.
Probably from Mexico, where you don't have the First Amendment, but that's something we have here, where we have the right to freedom of speech. And I just wanted to say something too. It's true. You guys don't have a First Amendment. You don't have respect for civil liberties or rights. But that's okay. I'm speaking. Thank you. So, anyways, the point I'd like to make here is a couple things. One, these people here are, passionately talking about ICE agents coming into their communities, and you don't know their identities. Well, you know who we really don't know the identities of? Any of the illegal aliens who've been invading our country for the past 60 years. Yeah, how about when you see the farm worker? Is that going to be like the same farm worker that murdered Molly Tibbetts? Yeah, how do you know when the Honduran fruit seller is out there? How do you know he didn't rape one of the many women who came up here? According to the Univision study done in 2015, 80% of women who come to this country are trafficked and raped. Now, how do we know they're not one of those rapists? How do we know they're not one of those rapists?
Excuse me.
So that's the first
Let him
thing.
talk.
That's the first thing. I think ICE should be allowed to act with impunity. I think they should go to every Home Depot. I think they should go to every school, every quinceañera, and build the wall and deport every single one of these guys, because they don't make our country great. They make it worse. They bring it down. They use public services, and Americans are sick and tired of it. We're sick and tired of it in our country. This same city council in Costa Mesa, if you vote to make these people take their masks off. This was the same city that was arresting people for refusing to wear masks during COVID. So now what is it? Now what is it? When we want to enforce the law and take our country back, you want to put the man in danger? Is that what you want to do? No. And let me mention this. Let me end on this. Let me end on this. Let me end on this.
Let's hear it.
Let me end on this. Let me end on this.
Excuse me, let's hear the man.
You know, people are out here quoting Martin Luther King, who is a plagiarist and a rapist. They're out here saying other things. I'm gonna give a quote. I'm gonna give a quote from John Jay, who signed the Treaty of Paris in our American Revolution, and from Federalist Number 2. With equal pleasure, I have as taken often notice that Providence has been blessed to give this country to one united people, a people descended from the same ancestors, speaking the same language, professing the same religion, attached to the same principles of government, very similar in their manners and customs, and who, by their joint councils, arms, and efforts, fighting side by side throughout a long and bloody war.
That's your 3 minutes. That's your 3 minutes, sir. That's your 3 minutes.
Of that nature, but y'all check this out.
For cherries?
Are any of them still salvageable or not?
No, there's not really anything you can do with them at this point.
You've got more than 30 acres of this farm with rotting fruit. I mean, these are cherries that at one point were pretty appetizing, but right now are more than 2 weeks past their prime.
It's about $250,000 to $300,000 worth of revenue.
Just
Just
left to rot.
Yeah, which is one thing, but it's also lost revenue for the workers that would have been able to pick them had they been here.
Oregon farmer Ian Chandler says about half his usual crew didn't show up this season, leaving him scrambling to backfill dozens of positions.
You're calling them, I assume, individually
Yes.
and saying,
Yes.
what's going on?
Yes. And so
what are they telling you?
Well, in the beginning of the season, it coincided, unfortunately, with a lot of really strong immigration enforcement down in Southern California, where our workforce comes from. And that kind of had a chilling effect on people wanting to move.
While Ian says his workers are hired with what seemed to be a valid ID and work papers, fear of ICE raids kept many of them from traveling north this year. To understand why, we head south to Central California.
So we're hoping that one of those farm working families will actually talk to us here and give us a sense of what life is like in hiding. I think you're good. No names or anything there.
Behind closed doors, making dinner with her mom, we meet Lisa.
Like every single summer, we would go up there. My parents or myself we will pick cherries. But this year we decided to stay home just to be safe.
Because you're living essentially as though you're going to be targeted at any moment.
Yes.
You've got to buy food.
Yes.
You've got to go shopping. You do leave for that.
Yes, I have to. I mean, someone has to in the house.
Lisa's here under DACA, a program that gives temporary protection to people brought to the U.S. as children. Her 3 young kids, all U.S. citizens.
This is my new avatar.
You can tell they get kind of bored, like cooped up inside, spending hours in front of the TV and on their phones.
Citing concerns over immigration rates. Thank you for joining us tonight at 11 o'clock. I'm Sasha Loftus. 8 News Now reporter Madison Kimbrough joins us live near Broad Acres Marketplace in North Las Vegas tonight with more on this. Madison.
Sasha, it's Sunday, and usually this parking area is packed, as you can see. Obviously, they would be closed right now, but it was an empty lot today with cars in and out, with customers asking what was going on.
People are scared, that's all. People are scared. They don't want people to get caught, by ICE. Everything's just collapsing.
That was Marco Falcon, a vendor at Broad Acres Marketplace. Having sold a variety of tools there for 30 years, he now doesn't know what he's going to do.
Well, I have to reinvent myself because obviously I won't be able to run my business anymore here. I don't know for how long it's going to be closed.
A staple within North Las Vegas for almost 50 years, Broad Acres has been a hub for Latino workers and their families for decades. Their management team issuing this statement on social media this weekend that reads, quote, "With fear and uncertainty at its highest level ever among the immigrant community in Las Vegas, we've decided to temporarily close Broad Acres Marketplace out of an abundance of caution and concern," adding that they don't want any of their customers, vendors, or employees to be detained by federal immigration raids. As their closure follows reports of increased ICE activity throughout the West Coast.
We're being targeted, and it sucks.
Community members telling me because of these raids, it's put a lot of families on edge.
Where's everybody at? You can't even find people selling flowers on the street anymore. Like the taco people, everyone's scared to come out. It's so much hate in the world right now. It just feels unsafe.
As for what's next, Broad Acres, which is typically open Friday through Sunday, will remain closed until further notice. But those who work here tell me that the management team has been very responsive. They've also been very proactive during this whole ordeal. Reporting live in North Las Vegas, Madison Kimbrough, 8 News Now.
Now, the announcement of Broad Acres Marketplace temporarily closing comes a week after anti-ICE protests took place downtown with 8,000 people rallying at the federal courthouse.
Agent is raising new fears among undocumented immigrants here in Southern California. Good afternoon, I'm Glenn Walker.
And I'm Lou Parker. Police say they have taken a man into custody they suspect was posing as a federal immigration agent. He had law enforcement gear and a gun.
The arrest comes amid growing concerns about legitimate agents detaining people without identifying themselves or wearing badges. KTLA 5's Angelique Kakaday joining us now live from Huntington Park, where that arrest was made. Angelique?
Yeah, Lou and Glenn, this is a man who had federal-looking official papers in his car. He also had a loaded fire weapon and at one point even claimed to have worked as a federal agent. Of course, none of that was true. He was actually wanted for drunk driving and at one point had been arrested for human smuggling. Fake federal agents. It's a new worry for city officials in Huntington Park after police arrested this man, 24-year-old Fernando Diaz of Los Angeles.
Prompted serious concern about public safety, impersonation of federal agents, and the need for proper identification and vetting of legitimate federal enforcement activities.
During a press conference Friday, police unveiled key evidence that led to his Tuesday night arrest, including the suspect's vehicle, a gray Dodge Durango seen here filled with copies of passports, federal enforcement-style documents, cell phones, red and blue lights, and a loaded firearm parked on South Alameda Street in a handicapped spot. It was enough to almost fool police, who initially thought Diaz might be an off-duty officer.
When further questioned, the individual claimed he previously worked for Customs and Border Protection. However, he could produce no valid credentials to validate that.
Instead, the man was wanted for drunk driving and previously had been arrested for human smuggling. News of Tuesday night's arrest follows weeks of unrest amid ongoing ICE raids in California and across the country. Today, Huntington Park's mayor warning the public and saying they've passed a city resolution requiring federal agents to identify themselves when asked by police.
When people cannot trust who is enforcing the law, public safety is undermined.
Saying where there's one fake federal agent, there's likely more.
Mass agents, unmarked vehicles, and refusal to identify yourself is not the image of a just and lawful government.
Now, the resolution was passed on Wednesday. The city did say they have no intention of not allowing legal federal agents from doing their job. But again, how this is all going to play out next time there is a raid here in Huntington Park is still unclear. For now, they're reporting live in Huntington Park. Angelique Hockaday, back to you over in Hollywood.
All right, thank you, Angela.